Hartman Adventures at them, man. Yeah, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on again, guys? Welcome back to another Friday Night Live. Yeah, man, I'm your host again, Dre. Yeah, man, you know, say I'm here with you guys every Friday night, chilling out, having a good time. So, welcome back to another Friday Night Live with Hartman Adventures. I'm your host, Dre, again, as I said earlier. It's been a little bit of a hectic afternoon for me, so yeah, man. It's a little bit moving a little bit sketchy getting this live tonight. Can see Jamaica Shore Fishing is here already. Big up yourself, bro. Respect for sharing. Yeah, man. It's great to have all of you guys here with me Friday night. So looking forward to another excellent show tonight. You know, last week we had a pretty fantastic show. So yeah, man. Last week, we had a very fantastic show. So hopefully this week we're gonna have another fantastic show. This week's topic is also coming from a discussion that I was having this week with someone. Actually, I haven't even finished having that discussion with the person as yet. So I think that person would benefit from having this live or watching this live tonight. I probably should send them a message inviting them to join the live. Yeah, man, I see you, Tony Dan. Big up yourself. Big wild beer. Big up yourself as well, bro. Welcome to another live. Yeah, man. It's great to have all of you guys in here. So what TV? Big up yourself as well, my bro. Yeah, man. Welcome to another live. It's a blessing to have you guys in on another live. I saw you posted another video this evening, so what? I haven't even checked it out as yet, but I got the notification on my phone that you posted another video. So big up yourself. I'll be checking that out sometime between tonight and tomorrow. Yeah, man. So big up yourself. So what TV? If any of you guys are new subscribers and this is your first time tuning into a live, just drop that in the comment section as well, so I can give you a big shout out. Welcome you to the channel. Yeah, man. And guys, I would also appreciate if you guys let me know where exactly you're watching from, whether it's in Montego Bay, Kingston, St. Catherine, overseas. Just drop it in the comment section as well, so we can know exactly where you're watching from. And also remember to go over and support each other's channel. Yeah, man, it's one community, and it would be awesome for all of you guys to support each other. So I just gave you guys, all of you are in the chat right now, just give all of you the range so you can go over and support each other. You should have already been supporting each other, because I've seen quite a number of you interacting on different videos. So big up on yourself, man, and welcome to another Friday Night Live. This week's topic is Braid versus monofilament. You know, this week's topic is Braid versus monofilament, and I'd love to get all of you guys' take on which line is best for you or which circumstances you guys use those lines. I can only share my experience with the lines so far, but I'm pretty sure that all of us have different experiences, and I would love to know what experiences you guys have had with those lines as well. So yeah, man, drop it in the comment section if possible. Also, remember to drop it in the comment section where you're watching from, whether it's Montego Bay, Kingston, St. Catherine, Ohio, Florida, wherever you're watching from, Canada. Yeah, man, just drop it in the comments so we can shout out your place, you know? Yeah. I watch from St. Ann. Trelawney soon check in St. James. Big up yourself, big wall be here. From watching from St. Ann. Kingston. Tony Dan is watching from Kingston. Bless up yourself, my friend. Yeah, bless up Kingston, man. A lot of subscribers up there in Kingston. Actually, got a message off one of my new recently subscribed. One of my new subscribers up there in Kingston. She's actually a first time fisher. She's never actually gone fishing and she would really love to get into it. So I really love to get to know. I'm not going to call her name because I don't know if she's up for that. Josh, big up yourself, bro. Welcome. Welcome to the another live. That's my buddy Josh. He was down here in December. So when you hear me say I got the lures from Josh, Josh is who that brought it down. Bless up yourself. Big up your wife and your kids as well. I know that they always tune into the channel. Man, this guy. Some when we sit down and we talk about fishing stuff and stuff like that. Some of the fishing that he does, ice fishing and stuff like that. Is I would really love to get Josh on one of the time so that we can talk about the different types of fishing that he does. He does tournament fishing as well. I'm seeing Errol Brown. Big up yourself, Errol. Watching from over there in Barbados. Yeah, man. I have a lot of friends over there in Barbados. Uh, Last week we had General on the channel, and we also had Surf and Rock Fishing. Awesome, awesome channel over there. Big up yourself. New look at lures. Yeah, man. See you, man. See you out this week again. I mash up the strap boss them. Big up yourself, new look at lures. I was watching a couple of your videos recently, man. Trust me, awesome. Awesome. That Sunfleet lure, bro. Yeah, definitely have to go. Make we get a couple of them. Extreme fishers. Big up yourself, extreme fishers. This is a topic that I really love to hear from extreme fishers on braid versus monofilament because extreme fishers has a different type of setup from I do. I don't know for everything, but I know that on some of his reels, he has a different type of setup from I do. So big up yourself, extreme fishers. What's that? Chigadon. Bless up, Chigadon, watching from over there in St. Mary. Josh says, you saltwater boys sure do different. Yeah, we do. We do fishing a little bit different from you up there that does ice fishing and also lake fishing. We have a lot different setup. You guys would normally go out and the boats or so forth and normally don't have to cast really far, but us fishing from inshore we usually carry bigger reels and heavier weights and stuff like that. So it's a little bit different. So it would be really nice to get you on, Josh, so that you can share your knowledge and your experience fishing up there in the US. Freshwater fishing. It would be really awesome to get you on 1 week so that we can chat and people can kind of get an understanding of the different styles that you guys use up there. It's really interesting when you and I sit and we chat. You know? I'm seeing Chigadan saying he's a braid person. Errol saying he's a braid person. Extreme fishers. I know that Jamaica shore fishing is braid all day. I've seen Josh with braid and some of his line and some of his reels and some of his setup as well. So yeah, man. So bless up each and every one and thanks for tuning in tonight. So as I said, the topic for tonight is gonna be braid versus monofilament. It's I was having a conversation on Instagram with one of my subscribers, and he was pretty much asking me a couple of questions, and I asked him what his setup was in order for me to better advise him on what type of lures to get and stuff like that. So he was telling me, and then it got to a point where he asked about Well, I don't think he has. I think I suggested him getting some braided line, but I wouldn't recommend it if he's a beginner. And then I actually said to him, using braided line is actually a nightmare for beginners. So that's how the conversation really got around, and I decided to do the topic tonight around braid versus filament. So yeah, man, braid will cut easily, but cost further. Braid is my favorite. Yeah, man, definitely big wall beer. Braid is it has a lot of pros and it also has a lot of cons to it. And tonight we plan to get in a couple of them. We can't get into everything about braid and we can't get into everything about monofilament. You can hear Zyla screaming off her head. Zyla is being a bit fussy right now. But yeah, man, we can't really get into everything about braided line tonight, and we can't get into everything about monofilament because there are hundreds of maybe thousands of different brands, different specs to each and every one. So I'm just going to cover just just barely going to scratch the surface. So if you are like a beginner and you've never used braided line, you can kind of get an understanding of a little idea of what braided lines are. Uh, Jerry, it will deter a beginner from fishing with wind nuts and backlash. That is definitely true. Braid is a nightmare if you are inexperienced in casting with wind. That is also true. 8 or 4 strand braid works well for casting or trolling for me. Monofilament works well with handline. That is true. If you're doing handline fishing, you definitely want to go with something like monofilament or fluorocarbon. Fluorocarbon is much more expensive, so monofilament would be much easier to work with. Braid is something that it can remove your finger off your hand if you're not very careful. Each has their place, but where I mostly fish is mostly monofilament. It's more productive. And that is why I was saying I would love to hear from extreme fishers because extreme fishers, where he does fishing, braid out there works not braid, monofilament works perfect for extreme fishers out where he does his type of fishing. So yeah, man. Thanks for the input, Extreme. I know that you use monofilament out on the reef when you're out there. 8 strand braid is the thing now. Definitely. 8 strand braid. I plan, guys, the research I was doing regarding braid, I might have to do an extended show on just braid only because there are so many differences between 4 strand, 8 strand, and they even have up to 12 strand braids now. And the differences are significant. So I don't even want to get into the different strands for braid right now. Berkeley Power Pro is one of the best braids I have ever used. Yeah, definitely. And Power Pro braid is the one I have on most of my setups right now, especially the heavier setups, the 50-pound setups. Those are the ones that I use Power Pro and my 30 pound is a cast king and anything below 30 pound I usually tend to go with spider wire because of the smooth casting and the thickness of the line for spider wire. I tend to go with spider wire on my lighter setup. I find it works best for me, but it's a nightmare if you ever get wind nuts with it. Oh, Big Wall Bear saying is he hates to hear the when the monofilament is coming off the reel. Um, Actually lost a rainbow cavali in the reef this morning and braid. Oh yeah, if you hook up a jack, just look for them for head to your rock, bro. Them always are try cut you off on a rock them. Uh, Me monofilament or flora are are on different. are no different, only that the flora cuts easier. They are actually significant different with monofilament and fluorocarbon because monofilament it's less abrasion resistant than fluorocarbon. However, when you tie the nuts with fluorocarbon, you tend to get cut off at the nuts with fluorocarbon easier than with monofilament. Fluorocarbon doesn't tie certain nuts very well. If you are out on the reef, like out where extreme fishers does fishing, and you can get, if you can afford fluorocarbon out there, it works perfect for you out there because it's a lot of rubbing on the rocks and stuff like that. It's more abrasion resistant and all of that. So it works. Different ones have different purposes. I just don't fancy fluorocarbon because it tends to be a little bit heavier. So when I'm casting like lighter lures, if you have a fluorocarbon leader, it might cause the lure to sink a little bit faster. But yeah, there's so much to it, guys. So much to it. But for each type of line, braided line could take up probably 2 or 3 different shows overall. Same for for monofilament and fluorocarbon would take up another show. I'm not familiar. I've I've fished a couple of times with fluorocarbon leader, but not as much as with monofilament. What about the casking? I do have a casking in 30 pound. I do have casking braid in 30 pound. So far I haven't experienced any problems with it. I've gotten just a couple wind nuts, but the wind nuts that I'm getting, I think it's because of my error when I was pulling up the line. Um, I didn't I didn't factor in the line twist when I was pulling up my reel. So I'm probably gonna take off all of that braid off the reel that I had it on and replace it. So yeah, Spectra. I've never with Spectra braid before. I've seen it, but the thing I don't like with Spectra braid is it's not as smooth as like Power Pro or with Spider Wire. So I tend not to use Spectra. And the diameter of Spectra is also somewhat a little bit bigger than most other braided line. But I've seen Spectra, I've never really used it before. Braid makes you feel that contact when the fish is no stretch, definitely. So braid, when you have on braided fishing line and you get a hookup, you tend to feel the bite a lot quicker. It's a lot more sensitive, and because it doesn't have any stretch. Well, let's get into the presentation, and then after that we can go ahead and have a very good discussion around everything braid, monofilament, and all of that. Um, just run through a couple more of them comments here. Spider wire is very smooth when it when it's new, but after a few use, it tends to look puffy. All right, and that's something that you can fix. However, you're probably gonna need to use like what do they call it? Line conditioners. I'm not sure if a lot of you ever heard about line conditioners, which help to protect the integrity of the line, adds a little bit more lubricant around the line. Uh, for some for some spider wire, it has a little bit of a coating around the braided line to begin with. So yeah, there's so much to it, guys. So much to it. So I'm just gonna get into the basics of it right now, and then I'm gonna jump back over and check out the chat to see what's happening over there. So yeah, man. I'm just gonna start a couple of the chats in the meantime, and then we can get back into a couple of them after we've gone through the presentation. So yeah, this presentation it says braid or mono, and I personally use both of them. So braid The material that it's made from multiple fiber woven or braided together, typically using materials such as spectra, dyneema, or microdyneema. This construction gives it an exceptional strength for its diameter. So the braided line tends to be a lot smaller than the monofilament line. So let's say, for example, if you were using 20-pound monofilament line versus 20-pound braided line, the diameter of the monofilament line, that's the strand of the line, tends to be a lot bigger than the braided line. So some of the pros for the braided line is the strength. It's extremely strong for the size of the line, the visibility. Depending on the type of braid you are using, you can have high visibility braid lines, and you can have low visibility in terms of how the braid is presented in the water. And quite a number of quite a number of dealers are actually coming up with newer technology now, which helps the braid to blend in better depending on the water condition that you're fishing in. Like for example, um, J Braid has this blue, what they call it. I think they call it Bahamas. I don't remember the name of the blue one that they have that blends itself well if you are doing ocean fishing on those crystal blue waters. That and they also have white that blends very well. They have I think Beyond Braid have this like almost a camouflage brown greenish brown looking one that if you're fishing at grassy areas or darker color waters such as pond or lakes, those help to blend in a little bit better. Um, it has no stretch. It is abrasion resistant, and this is dependent on the type of braid that you're using in terms of whether it's a 4-strand braid, a 8-strand braid, or 12-strand braid. It's also dependent on the manufacturer of the braid that will determine the abrasion resistance of the braid. I've done so many research into the different braids and the breaking strength when faced with abrasion. So there's so many differences to it out there. So when you're buying a braid, make sure that you're doing these types of research on the types of braid that you're buying, because you don't want to buy a braid that breaks well below its breaking strength, as well as you don't want to buy a braid that as soon as a fish wrap around a stick or a reef or something like that, it just cut off immediately. All of these things you want to take into consideration when you're buying braid. So always double check. Do a little bit of research on the types of braid and how they perform before you buy them. I'm actually in the process of researching some different types of braid now for a setup that I'm working on. So you guys will get to see that pretty soon. Once I have everything together, you guys will get to see that pretty soon. Braid also has a smaller diameter compared to the monofilament, and as a result of that, you tend to get a lot further casting distance from braid. Something else with braid as well that I didn't include here is that it does not um, line memory. And we will get into line memory a little bit further, but braid doesn't carry that much line memory, meaning that when you add it to the spool, if it's on the spool for an extended period of time, it doesn't retain the shape of the spool, well, like the monofilament would. And a couple of the cons is that braid tends to be a little bit more expensive than monofilament. Um, Effective in clear waters, or ineffective in clear waters. It depends on the type of braid that you're using. It's not beginner friendly. It's a nightmare, as I was telling the person this week. It's an absolute nightmare if you're not um familiar with using braid, and there are so many things that could cost you to get wing nuts using braid. Um, Lack of strength. Oh man, I think I made a huge mistake here. Braid is very strong. Is very strong compared to the monofilament. So this I probably need to edit this out and double check that. But let's get over to the monofilament. Before we go into monofilament, let's just see what a couple of the comments are saying. Jamaica Shore Fishing Power Pro is very good, but very expensive, and it is not everyone that can afford it as far as cost effective and good. Yeah, Power Pro is very expensive. However, what I am very sure of is that it's a very strong line, very abrasion resistant line as well. Doesn't break as easily as most other type of braids, especially when like permit fishing and reef fishing especially. So I can vouch for a Power Pro um, when it comes on to that. The breaking strength is pretty strong as well. It doesn't tend to break below or a lot below its rated breaking strength. Errol says he prefers the J braid. Josh, buyer beware of Beyond Braid. Not happy with their performances. Yeah, and I actually recently found out about how Beyond Braid. I've never used Beyond Braid, but I've recently found out that the breaking strength of Beyond Braid is not as strong as advertised. And I actually found that out while doing some research for next setup that I am working on, which is gonna be a lower casting setup. I found that out while doing the research for that setup. Big wall beer. However, I use spider wire and light setup. Spider wire is an excellent braid for micro fishing, or what would I say now, ultralight fishing. Spider wire is an excellent braid for ultralight fishing. If you have a 10-pound spider wire or 15-pound, even up to 20-pound, you can. It's almost like you're using a 6-pound monofilament or 3-pound monofilament line when compared to those. All right, let's run through a couple more of the comments. So Big Wall Beer was saying that the line conditioners on WD-40 work. There's a specific type of WD-40 that has what's it called? PFTE, something like that. It's like I don't want to say this wrong. You guys can correct me. It's like a polyurethane coating that it adds to the braided line when you spray it on it. So WD-40 actually does work. What Josh is saying, WD-40 is legal for us to use. Wow, big fines for that over there in the US if you use WD-40 on your braid. I guess that is because it might affect the water quality when you're using it. Wow, I didn't know that. West Side Angling, bless of yourself. Welcome, man. It says that I use 5 to 40-pound braid, mainline, and 2 to 30-pound mana for leader. Works fine for him. Absolutely. Yeah, man, definitely. I've never gone down to 5-pound braid. The lowest braid I've ever used is like 10-pound spider wire, and trust me, it is so thin. It's like it feels like a thread most times. So I've never actually used 5-pound braid before. Probably should try doing a setup with that. I also do like spider wire here. Yeah, man, spider wire is a fantastic braid. Me can yeah. I actually do have spider wire right here on my desk. I spooled it. I used it to spool one of my reels recently, and it's just been sitting on my desk right here for a couple of weeks. So that's how much I love spider wire. I always have spider wire laying around the house somewhere about the place. I use 50 and 40 pound braids, main line, 21 or 30 pound mana leader. Yeah. Most people when using braid versus mana leader, they tend to use a lighter mana leader than the braid. Um, Sometimes I don't necessarily use a lighter mana leader. I sometimes use like 15 pound braid and 20 pound mana leader because most time the mana leader, even though it's 20 pound, it's gonna break before the braid. So um, I sometimes go up with my leader line. If you use a free spool line loader on your reel, it will help with the line memory. Okay. I've never really used the free spooler. I'm probably gonna have to look into that. I've never really used that. But generally I don't spool my reels with mana lines, so I tend to keep them with braid, and braid doesn't have the memory. Real flanker. Bless up yourself. Welcome, man. Power Pro, J Braid, Spider Wire, and Chaos King for you. All awesome braids. Yeah, and braid does retain water and oil. That's what Jamaica Shore Fishing is saying. West Side Angling, 60 pound mana. Never gone that high with any type. Well, I do have a 100 pound braid, but I've never really used it. Yeah, so let's get back into the presentation now, and then I'll come back and run through a couple more of the chats before we close off. So mana made from a single strand of material, usually nylon. It's uniform in diameter and stretchable. So some of the pros for the mana, it has shock strength. Shock in terms of when you like do a big hook set, the leader line tends to stretch a little bit and it doesn't give it that kind of a pop action where the line might snap. The leader line will stretch before it snaps. So usually in one of my last videos, I think is when I caught the huge permit, pound permit. I was at the car and I was pretty much explaining the why I normally change my leader line after catching a fish of that size. It's really the the shock that is, or the stretch from the line. When the line is fully stretched, it tends to get weaker and it breaks off a lot easier. So um that's around shock and strength. It's a little bit more buoyant, meaning that when you cast out the line, it tends to float a little bit easier than with braid, and it depends on the type of braid that you are using. It's also buoyant because it doesn't absorb the water as any water. It doesn't absorb water any at all, unlike the braided line. It's cheaper. It's excellent with tying knots. So the different types of knots that you are tying, monofilament would be excellent for tying those knots. And especially the smaller monofilaments are excellent for tying knots. The bigger it gets, the harder it is to tie the knots. And it's very easy to use for beginners. So people who are using like online fishing, um, people who are not casting very far, and if you are very worried about getting wind knots, starting out with monofilament is excellent for any beginner. Some of the cons, it has a reduced sensitivity. That means that when you cast your line out with a lure on it, when a fish hits it, especially if the fish is not very big, you don't get that instant response like when you're casting out with a braided line. So it's not as sensitive as using braided line. Not very durable, and this depends on the size of the monofilament line that you're using. Some of them can be very durable. Um, you can, I think it's a little bit more abrasion resistant than some braided lines, and also it tends to have line memory. So what is line memory? So line memory, if fishing line is left on a spool for an extended period, it might develop line memory. As the fishing line comes off the spool, it begins to memorize the shape of the spool and will curl up. And in the foot that is here, you can notice that when the bail is open, you can see the coils in the line coming off the spool. So this is what is considered line memory. And if you are casting very far, then line memory is a nightmare, especially when you're using lighter lures, because the more line memory that is in the line, each time it goes through the guides on the rod, it's hitting on the guides and it's really taking out the momentum out of the line going through. So that can also get caught if you are using rods with very small guides. It can also get caught in the guides and just cause an absolute nightmare. So that's line memory. Um, and this is just a chart that is really showing the difference in terms of diameter, strength of braided line versus monofilament line. So as you can see, the diameter of these are usually in each line, each braided line that you would buy or monofilament line, it would normally tell you the diameter of the line. This spider wire line that I am looking at right now, it's a 15-pound line and it has a similar diameter as a 6-pound monofilament line. So that's a significant difference um, in terms of the line diameter and comparison. This is also saying that, for example, a 20-pound monofilament line could be equivalent to a 40-pound braided line, depending on the manufacturer. And it goes along. So can you imagine if you were to use a 20-pound line to fill up like a 5,000 reel, you probably would get, instead of you getting 300 yards of line on your reel, you are probably getting 160 or 170 yards of line. That's if you are able to get that much on it. So the diameter of the braid is also very important when considering what braid to choose to add on to your reel. Big up yourself, General. I see you in the place. Jordan Robinson. Finally, I'm lucky to catch you live. Big up, bro. Yeah, man. Welcome, man. Yeah, man. Welcome. Finally, you're able to catch another live, you know? Big up, General Wu over there in Barbados. Javier Williams. Welcome, man. Did I miss anybody else? Yeah, man. Big up on yourself, man. And yeah, credits are here just thanks to the websites that I use to conduct a little bit of this research. I usually try to add them on here because we're not really, we don't really want to use anybody's information without giving them the due credit that they deserve, because a lot of these people spend a lot of money and they invest a lot of time doing the necessary research to provide this information to us. So it's up on us to give them credit for the information that they've made available to us. This information will not be sold It's just for educational purposes here. So yeah, man, let's see if we can go back to a couple of the comment section and pick up on where we left off. Where were we? Think we were just about here. Use 50 and 40 pound. Oh yeah, I did cover that one already. We are we are very strictly regulated for fresh water. Yeah. In the US, one thing that I love about fishing in the US is the amount of regulation they have, which actually protects the fishery and it protects different species that they want to protect. I really love the amount of regulation that they have up there. And if we can adopt a couple of them, I'm not saying to adopt every single one. If we can adopt a couple of them, it would really go on to help our fishery out here in Jamaica to improve the catch that we are getting. And a lot of time I hear people say that they go out fishing, they are out for the entire day and they don't get anything. It does happen to me as well. I'm not gonna lie about that. It does happen to me as well. Quite a number of times when I go out, especially when I am fishing for specific species. When I'm targeting specific species, it does. I do tend to draw blank quite a number of times. WD-40 is actually fish oil based. No lie, it works great as as an attraction. Yeah, man, WD-40. If you want to get to moisten the line as a line conditioner, there are different types of line conditioners out there. Line conditioners that are made specifically for braided line that you can buy and you can also apply to your line. And you would normally apply those like some of them depending on the line conditioner that you're using and how much fishing you're doing. You might want to reapply the line conditioner every 2 or 3 times you go out, depending on how much fishing you're doing. So, yeah, I've only recently started looking into line conditioners and stuff like that. So, there's so much to learn around these kind of little tips and tricks that help to keep your gears in tip top shape. So, yeah, I'll send you a pic over on Messenger of the freelance pooler. Yeah, yes, Josh. I would appreciate that. Thank you very much, bro. I'll go and check that out. Oh, talking about Messenger. A couple weeks ago, some of you guys were asking if you guys could get a Facebook group set up so that you can come together and talk as a community and share information. And I did set up that Facebook group. So let me see if I can drop the link for the Facebook group in the chat so that you guys can get access to that. Oh yeah. Oh Josh, I did see the line spoiler. I actually do have one just like that. It's a PC phone or something like that. I didn't know that that's what the name is actually. Gonna share that on the screen so that others can see. So guys, I just sent a chat with the link for the Hartman Adventures you Facebook page or Facebook group. I just sent a link for that. So you guys can definitely go ahead and check that out. I'm gonna pin that chat as well. So you guys can definitely go and check out the Facebook group. You can join it. You'll be able to talk with each other, communicate, share information in terms of where you're going to fish, types of fishing. You can even post your own videos or whatever. Whatever you want to do in the group, you can go ahead and do that. The only thing that I ask is for you guys to be respectful, treat each other with however you would like to be treated. Don't be derogatory to anyone. Um, Try to share knowledge as much as possible, and don't be selfish, guys. So if you come into the group, don't just come into the group to just share something that like share a video, whatever. Promote yourself or promote. Just try to interact with those who are in the group, and don't be malicious when it comes on to other people's content and stuff like that. So yeah, we're trying to create a community where we can all come together and interact and share thoughts and share different information regarding the sport we love. So if you guys want to join that, go ahead and join the group and please be mindful of, or please be courteous to each other. That's the only thing that I'm asking. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to see if I can show the line spooler that Josh sent, so you guys can have an idea of what it is. I actually do have one, and it looks just like the one that Josh has. Let's see if I can find this one. Let's make this full screen. Opening a new tab. All right, let's see if I can share this screen so you guys can have an idea of what the line spooler is. That's the line spooler that Josh was saying. It does help to it does help with the line memory. Something that I actually didn't know the very first time I used it. I actually didn't know that I should have done is there's a different way to spool the spinning reels versus the bait caster reels when using one of these. So if you buy one of these, ensure that you read the instructions. Don't go and do like I did and didn't read the instructions and just went ahead and thought I knew what I was doing and pulled my whole reel, because you're gonna run into a lot of problems when you go out fishing. A whole heap of wind nuts and stuff like that. So yeah, man. Let's get back to the chat and see what a couple of we are saying. Couple of us are saying, yeah. General Wu, bless up Dre. General in the house, much respect. Bless up, man. Yeah. Just subscribe. Welcome, Jordan. Welcome, man. Thanks for joining the Hartman family. Yeah. It's a community where we come together and we just reason on a Friday night and we try to share information and see if we can learn from each other. If you go back a couple of weeks, I had Jamaica Shore Fishing on sharing his stories on different types of fish that he catch and his fishing styles. I've had KJ on, I've had Jay Z Fishing on, quite a number of people I had on here. I plan to do a collaboration with General Wu and surf and rock fishing pretty soon, so you're gonna wanna stick around for that, because trust me, when it comes on to permit fishing, them guys are kings. Extreme fishers, I would really love to get extreme fishers on as well, but extreme fishers is a little bit busy at the moment. So once him give me the go ahead, say him have a little bit more time, then I'll definitely try to get extreme fishers on. Here's the link for the Facebook group. You guys can go ahead and check out the Facebook group and start interacting with each other on there. All bro, brother. Seem like West Side Angling is having a conversation with somebody else in the chat. Came in late. You touch on the nuts and ties. No, I actually did not get into any of the nuts. Um, why I didn't go into any of the nuts? That's pretty much going to need a show for itself, because there are so many different types of nuts to use, and sometimes depending on the braid manufacturer, they will recommend different. So, for example, like the spider wire braid, they usually recommend the polymer knot when tying on the braid directly to a hook. However, if you're tying braid to mono leader, they usually recommend using um uni to uni knot. So knots are going to need a show for itself so that we can get into details on the different types of knots to use. So that's definitely one show that I'll try to put together um, and see if we can get some pictures or some videos to demonstrate the different types of knots, because the type of knot that you tie can be the difference between catching and landing as a big catch, or not catching and landing the catch. Big up yourself. Again, real flanker. Use Berkeley line spooling station to spool all reels. Um, I've never used the Berkeley line spooling station. I probably can check that out. Um, where do you normally, is it something that you normally buy for yourself? Real flanker, or do you normally like go to somebody and get them spooled? West Side Angling, bro. West Side is Rowan Edwards. Oh, Zin, what you say? I've seen your comment. I've seen your comment on couple of my videos. I didn't know, bro. Yeah, man. I actually didn't know that. West Side Angling. General Wu, a GT knot for braid to mono, easy and strong. Yeah, definitely. So there are so many different types of knots that you will use. So, for example, when I'm using like my lighter setup or my ultralight setup, I would normally tie uni to uni for braid to mono. But when I'm tying like my 30-pound casking, I would normally use the FG knot when I'm tying that, because I usually go with a heavier leader line on those. I usually go with like 50 or 60-pound line paired with that 30-pound braided line. So for that, when I'm doing casting, usually my knot is going through either the second or third guide on the rod. So I tend to go with the FG knot on those. The Jordan is saying that he loves the PR knot. Yeah, man. All of these nuts are very, very good nuts, and different people use them in different ways. So we'll have to definitely go into a show that is surrounding just nuts and see if we can share some information, because I get a lot of questions about my entire setup, which I'm going to do a show revealing. I'm probably gonna have to pre-film that video showing my setups, how I tie them up, how I set up my leader, how I set up my sinkers and stuff like that. Probably gonna have to pre-record that and then present it on a show on one of these Friday nights, because I've gotten a lot of questions around my setup. Um, I know that General does a lot of permit fishing, which are those are very, very strong fish. No matter how small they are, they usually pull really hard. So you kind of want to use a really strong knot when fishing for those. General, what type of lines do you normally use braided lines along with monofilament leader line, or do you normally just stick with like monofilament straight, monofilament as their test? Because some of those areas that I see you guys fishing up there, they are very reefy, seems to be very rocky and stuff like that. So if you can drop in the comment section, let me know what type of tests you normally use. Surf and rock fishing, big up yourself, bro. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's great to have you here another night. Good night, guys. Big up to Jamaica Shore Fishing. Nice permit catch. Yeah, man. We went out recently. You guys are gonna wanna see the I think in Jamaica Shore Fishing, one of his last video, um Big Wild Beer did catch a very nice permit as well. So yeah, man, we're finding them little by little. We're not finding them as much as you guys over there in Barbados, but yeah, man, we're finding them little by little. Venture for adventure. Pick up yourself again, man. Welcome to the chat and welcome to another live show. Yeah, man. I seem like boss, I send what kind of stickers are those? I'm not even sure. Is it sleepy? Best of yourself, Venture for Adventure. Venture for Adventure is actually the first person to send a super chat on the channel. He did that last week. Yeah, man, bless up yourself. Guys, you are now able to send super chat or super stickers in the comment section. If you guys want to help out the channel in any way and you would like to contribute by sending a super chat or anything like that, you are now able to do that. Yeah, man. Big up to everyone in the chat. So yeah, these are some of the different types of lines and stuff that you would find in my fishing setup. As I was saying earlier, my heavier setups which I use for permit fishing or live bait fishing, I tend to go with Power Pro 50 pound as my test, and then anywhere from 20 up to about 50 pound leader line with monofilament. So most times if I'm fishing in the nights, let's say I'm fishing to try and catch some snappers or toss a jack and stuff like that, I would normally have on like a 20 pound leader line and a 50 pound braided line just the same. The only thing I normally do is switch out how I set up the sinker and switch out the size of the hook that I'm using and switch out also the size of the leader line I'm using. That's the only thing I change that is different when I'm fishing for permit versus other fish. When I'm casting, I usually go heaviest I go with casting is 30 pound 30 pound braided test and 60 pound leader. That's the heaviest I go. Probably gonna have to tie up some more tonight because planning to run out pretty early tomorrow. The general is saying that he has 40 pound Grand Slam Mano and 50 pound braid. I've never really heard of Grand Slam. Probably gonna have to check them out. I usually go with Trilene or one of them other ones. I got recently I bought two different size monofilament lines. Um, it's, I was running out of 30 pound. Well, I ran out of 30 pound line. I didn't have any 40 pound leader line, so I bought two of them. I don't know the brands. They are not any top brand, but they feel so different. They almost have a feel like fluorocarbon, very tough, very rigid. It's not as pliable as the other monofilament. Like I had one of my favorite monofilament line that I had was what's it called? Name just slipped me. But one of my favorite 30 pound line. That 30 pound line was so strong. When myself and Zach went out and we caught the 31 pound permit, I was actually using a 30 pound leader line when we hooked up that permit. So that that line was very strong. However, that I eventually ran out of that line because I was just using it too much. So I eventually ran out of it. The last little bit that was left, one side of the reel break off and then the line start to come off of the reel and start to get these big bunch of line just piling up on each other. So I had to just throw that away. So I recently went out and tried to get some more 30 pound and some more 40 pound line. But so far I haven't used them. I just don't like how they feel. I don't trust them. I don't have the confidence in them performing as well as my other line. So for right now, I'm pretty much just fishing with 50 pound leader line and 50 pound braided line. Anything below that, it's gonna be like 20 pound line as the other type of leader line that I have in my bag. So wow, don't know. I'm probably gonna have to check in. Was it the on the line? I don't think it's on the. I think it's you find a lot of hooks. The line is just slipping me, man. The name of it's just slipping me. It's in my head, but it's just not coming out. But it's mustard. The brand of it is mustard. So I had a mustard 30 pound line, and that line served me so well. Absolutely loved it. Big wall beer. Sure strike is pretty strong. I've never used that one either, so I'm probably gonna have to use that. The only other type that I've used is soap bend, and I haven't really had any problems with soap bend as monofilament line. Um, so far the soap bend has been performing well. The 60 pound line that I have is soap bend, and I have 12 pound leader line in soap bend as well, which works very well when I'm doing ultralight fishing. So like when I'm fishing with the 10 pound spider wire. I have that on a what's that? Akuma Okuma spinning rod, ultralight. Yeah, I have it on a Okuma rod, 10 pound braid. And I usually use like the 12 pound line on that, or I have 10 pound line that I use on it as well. So yeah, those lines usually go very, very well for me. It's Yeah, man. The Saturday was a good day of permit fishing. Absolutely, trust me. That really enjoy myself. Chill out with big wall beer and Jamaica shore fishing. Do some permit fishing. Actually, right on the roadside. A lot of people passing. I even just pop up and stop and get a piece of fish we eat and happy in the car and move again. Yeah. Hartman Adventures, congrats on reaching 1,000 plus subscriber. Absolutely, bro. Appreciate that, man. It's a landmark that when I started YouTube, I had no idea that I would get to, but nevertheless, I've had the support of quite a number of you guys, and I really appreciate every single one of you guys. Dragon Nation, yo, from when, bro? Yo, from when we are talking about we fi link up and go do some fishing, bro, and now we can't get to link up and go. Yo, send me a number again, bro. Send me a number on Instagram, please. Or if you have my number still, just drop me a WhatsApp so I can save your number. Cause from when we are talking, so we're supposed to go do some fishing. So yeah, like surf and rock fishing says, it's been a journey, man. It's been a journey. When we started out YouTube, we really were just going out, enjoying ourselves and making the video because we already had the camera. We just make it and put it up. Um, First couple of videos were edited on my phone, and then I decided to start actually putting some effort into the videos. So yeah, getting to 1,000 subscriber wasn't really on the agenda when I started out. It was just really going out, having some fun, and then say, all right, I have my camera. And my wife say, hey, I already have them, so why not record the videos and put them out on YouTube? So yeah, getting to 1,000 subscribers is a blessing. I never really did see myself getting this far, but hey, we're there right now. So the next goal is to get What 2000? What's the next goal that you guys think we should set? Drop that in the comment section. What's the next goal that we should set for the channel? 2000, 5000 subscribers. Yeah, man. Soon pass through, then sooner than you think. Yeah, man. Yeah, bro. We definitely going to have a link up because probably from before year before last, we had talked, so we're supposed to link up and do some fishing. 5K, yeah, man. 5K isn't bad. 100K, 100K is a big. That's an what you would call an audacious goal. Getting to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube would be um a really, really, really massive achievement for me for 100G. 100G dollars. Um, well, making 100,000 out of YouTube, uh, if it come, it come. I when it come, or let's not say if it come, it come. Let's say when it come, cause I'm doing it just for the fun. Trust me. I'm going out. I'm enjoying myself every week, and then you guys are just joining in on some of the fun that I'm having when I go out. So if I'm able to make 100 G's on here, then absolutely I would. And trust me, some of you guys in the community would also benefit from that because you would see a lot more giveaways on the channel, a lot more link up because at that time I could actually sponsor an event where you guys can come and you guys can chill out and get to know each other. You can get to know myself, and then pretty sure a lot of you guys who are chatting in the comment section don't know each other. So each week, so if we do have like a subscriber get together, people who you get to interact with on the channel each week in the comment section would definitely be a plus for you guys to see each other in person and get to link up. So yeah, that would be something that is very, very nice. 5K is a very good goal. So yeah, let's try to get to 5K. So the way you guys can help get to 5K is by sharing the video, inviting people to watch the channel and stuff like that. And then the more people that watch the channel, the more people that like the channel or like the video, then is the more people that the algorithm push the video towards. So yeah, man, let's see if we can get sharing the video, hit the like on the video as well. I see Patrice Garden dropping in. Blessings and good night to all. First time on your channel. I just subscribed to your channel. Blessings. Yeah, man. Thank you very much, Patrice. Welcome to Hartman Adventures. It's a nice little community that we have. We usually do a stream on Friday night. I usually try to upload a video once a week. Pretty much just showing what I do when I'm in my spare time. I do a lot of fishing because fishing is something that I really, really, really enjoy. But there are other stuff that I really love as well, and you might see those dropping in between as well as other videos. So, welcome to Hartman family, and feel free to interact with all of these people in the comment section. If you are into fishing, then you are definitely gonna want to check out all of the different channels in here: surf and rock fishing, Tony Dan. So what TV is pretty much about what's happening in his part of Jamaica. He does a bit of fishing. He does a little bit of interviews with people to find out what's happening. Check out Jamaica Shore Fishing and check out Big Wall Beer, Tony Dan. Yeah, man, just check out all of these people in the channel, you know. Venture for Adventure with another super chat. Yeah, man, another super sticker. Big up yourself again, Venture for Adventure. I really appreciate that, man. All of this goes back into the channel. Whatever we make from the channel goes back into the channel. whether it is to upgrade gears, whether it is to get to new locations and stuff like that. Well, we are the channel just got monetized like recently, so we haven't even started making any money from it as yet. So yeah, man. But really appreciate your contribution again, Venture for Adventure. Um, Thanks a lot for donating a super sticker. So yeah, Patrice, if you're very welcome to Hartman Adventures. We do have a Facebook group as well if you would like to join that. The comment is pinned in the chat section, so you can go ahead and join that Facebook group. General Wu going to plan a trip to Jamaica next year just for fishing for permit. Oh man, bro, if you're coming to Jamaica to fish for permit, definitely, we have to link up. I would love to do a video with you, Jamaica shore fishing, big wild beer, extreme fishers. As much as we can link up and go up on a reef, trust me, I would really enjoy that, you know. And recently, I've been looking for a couple of spots that I'm pretty sure you guys would really love as well. Um, Patrice is shouting out Jamaica shore fishing. Yeah, man. Bless up Jamaica shore. Real you that go with him last week and had a great time with him and Big Wall Beer out there. So yeah. Well, yeah, man, would really love to get to meet a lot of you guys. So as um as Tony Dan was saying, if we make some more cash off the channel, I would really love to host like some subscriber get together so that we can all get to know each other. We can see everyone face to face that we've been interacting with as strangers, which we are no longer strangers anymore. Once you join the Hartman family, we are no longer strangers, you know. Thank you for having me on. Definitely no problem, Patrice. You're welcome. So if we can get to link up, do some chill out, do some fishing, do some chatting, enjoy ourselves, cook up some food and all of that kind of stuff, it would be really awesome. But guess what? We have to take baby steps, you know? Baby steps. For this year, for my birthday or for myself and my wife, we share the same birthday. So I don't know what her plans are as yet. If she would like to do something that involves all of us, then hey, birthday is still far away. We can't really make the call yet. So, but in the summer, I would really love to link up with a couple of you guys. If you guys are interested in doing a subscriber link up in the summer, chill out on a beach, do some cooking up, um, something like that. If you guys are interested, just let me know in the chat section, same way. Um, Surf and rock fishing. If you can make it, you will come down also with the general. Absolutely, bro. If you guys are able to make it to Jamaica, I don't even care which section of the island you guys are on. We would definitely have to link up and do some fishing, cause trust me, some you guys the interaction that I see on your channel and the vibe that I get when I'm interacting with you guys is always awesome, man. General normally does a couple of lives on Instagram and I always try to jump on when I can. So yeah, we really love to link up with you guys and do some fishing, you know. I'm pretty sure that you guys have a lot of things that I could learn from you guys. Um, I don't know if there is anything that you guys could learn from because guess what? I'm very relatively new to permit fishing, unlike you guys that have been doing it for an extended period of time. But yeah, I'd really love to link up and do some fishing with you guys, man. You look at lures. It's really nice meeting you guys. Yeah, it's absolutely nice meeting you guys, man. From trust me, some of you guys that I met in person, because I've actually gone out and met subscribers in person. And whenever I do meet subscribers, it's always like what do I call it now? Get starstruck in a sense because I'm not used to it for people to just walk up to me and say, "Yo, Hartman, wagwan, whatever, whatever." I'm still not used to it as yet. So when I get to meet all of you guys, it's always a pleasure, you know. And even in the chat section and you guys in the comment section of the videos every week, trust me, it's all amazing to see some of you guys comment. And trust me, a lot of times when I say, "Yo, you know, I feel tired, I feel like I want to make one video this week. I'm gonna feel like more I go out or whatever." When I remember, like, when I think about you guys looking forward to a video every week and stuff like that, it just give me the extra energy to go out. Cause sometimes, honestly, like the week is very hectic with work and stuff like that, and then going out there and trying to put your energy into making a video that actually is really entertaining. Yeah, it does take a toll sometimes, you know. So yeah, man, you guys are the ones that will keep me going a lot of times. And generally, I love fishing, and I would normally go out fishing without the cameras, but I try to bring the cameras when I can so I can get all the footage for you guys. Um, I've gone out a couple of times without the camera because I usually have my light setup rod in my car. So anywhere I go, as long as I see water, I just pull out my lures and start throw lures in the water and see when we can catch and release most times. That I do. But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure meeting a lot of you guys. Um, this week is a little bit has been a little bit challenging for me as well because my entire family, as in my wife and the two kids, they are not feeling well. So um, it's been a little bit of challenging week for me. So tonight's live, I don't really want to keep it too long because they are not feeling well and I need to go and do some babysitting as well as the baby is super fussy. Super fussy, and it's just my wife and she's not feeling well. She's had the flu all week. Um, the baby also has a cold, which makes her really fussy. So I didn't plan to do a really long live tonight. So I'm probably gonna go until about um 10, 9:30 and then end the live because yeah, I want to go and see if I can give her a break because the baby's been really fussy. General Wu, I be like, can't wait to get out and get some footage for the people. Yeah, bro, definitely. That is it, you know. So even when you feel like you're a little tired and stuff like that, normally when you go out, if you're feeling a little tired and you go out fishing, you might not put your all into it. You might throw some lures and then you might sit and just look on the water or sit a bit and just forget about it and look on the water and just relax. But then you remember that you want to create good enough footage for your subscribers and stuff like that because you know that they are looking out for it each week. They look forward to watching your videos, coming home from work, taking off them shoes, sitting down in front of the TV or having the phone in their hand and watching your video. There are so many people that they really look out for your video each week. So it's almost like you're disappointing them when you don't put your all into the video, you know. So yeah, can remember when I was making any videos from December to about March thereabout, and the amount of messages I get from my subscribers saying, "Hey, what's happening? We're not hearing from you. We're not seeing anything. Are you okay?" Yeah, man, you know that they are really concerned and they check for you, you know. So you have to show the same effort and put out put in the extra to make them can see the content that they're looking forward to. So yeah, man, it's been a pleasure meeting all of you guys. You know? So yeah, General just bought a pair of waders. Never use waders. They look very funny. They look like I don't know, J-Boops. Waders are so funny, man. But I do know the reason for waders. Big Wall Beer. Um, if you guys watch Big Wall Beer channel, you might see him using his waders a lot of times. New look at lures are he's always in waders, and I can understand him using waders because where they do fishing, water there tends to be a little bit cold. So you might not want to get your foot wet or your clothes wet, and you might use the waders those times. So yeah, using waders is a plus. I don't mind my shoes getting wet. I don't mind. I usually go fishing in shorts and stuff, quick dry shorts. So as soon as they get wet, they usually drip dry really quickly. So yeah, um, we're wondering if you were okay after we did not see you for a while. Was glad to see you back in the hunt again. Yeah, man, definitely. Um, but then there we had a little bit of challenges as a family in terms of my daughter. My daughter was born in that time, and yeah, I wasn't in the best. I was more focused on my at that time, trying to make sure that the baby is okay, getting all of our the necessary stuff for them together. Um, Making sure that my wife is okay, trying to be at home as much as possible. So that the transition for her as well as the baby is as easy as possible. So I was really focusing on the family at that time. When you weren't seeing me, quite a number of people were messaging. So kind of did a little quick video saying, hey, I'm still here. I'm just sorting out a couple of stuff, and then I was back out. So I can hear Zyla crying again. So I think I'm gonna end the live right now because I hear her crying again. So I'm gonna go pick her up. So yeah, man, big up on yourself again. Thanks for joining in on the live. Sorry for cutting it off before the 9:30 that I said I was gonna go to, but I hear her in there super fussy. So I think I'm gonna go attend to her now, so my wife can get a break. So yeah, man, big up to all of you guys for coming in this week again, making this show another successful show. Um, Looking forward to next week where I'm gonna try to either get a presenter on or try to I'm either gonna try to get a presenter on next week or try to do another video where I'm sharing different um either line nuts or different species of fish and stuff like that. So yeah, appreciate all of you guys for tuning in tonight and staying to the end. So big up on yourself again, and
You're
catch
here,
you
please
guys
consider
next week
subscribing.
in the next
Also,
one.
turn on your notifications so you can be one of the first to know every time something new is posted. Thanks for staying to the end. Enough love, respect.